Why not, Alice? Come on.
Hi. Hi, Andrew. This is Andrew.
Hi, how are you? Kathy?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I don't know.
All right, guys, we better start here in a second. Just hang on.
Doing great. How are
I'm
you?
saving learning taekwondo
What's your name?
until I get a little
Mark,
older.
I'm Rob.
You know, you can't.
That's right.
You can't do everything else.
How are you? Good to see you.
How you doing, sir? Good. How are you? Good. Good. Crazy.
No, I'm not saying.
That's the way to be. I know how that goes.
I want to say.
All right. What do you need, Scott? Anything?
Diane.
Scott, ready to roll? So you need 1 minute. That's what you need. All right. Thank you very much for coming. For those who don't know me, my name's Andrew Harley. I don't know what's my rank these days. Scott, I can't remember what it is. Vice President. I've just come in from Mexico. I've been in Mexico for the last 4 days, so I'm a little bit on Mexican time. So that explains why I'm a little bit. Yeah, it does explain the accents. Pure Mexican accents. If you can't tell. I was in doing actually what I love. I'm a geologist by trade, and I was working on a mine site in Mexico doing a bunch of technical work that I actually love to do. Problem is I don't get to do it much these days. I spend more time managing and leading people in corporate America. And might I say that is actually a little bit of a misnomer. There's no such thing as leadership that I'm seeing in corporate America these days. One of the things within Youngevity is that I'm developing those leadership skills. Skills that really weren't taught to me in corporate America. And one of the people that is helping me, is teaching me those leadership skills is Scott Fardulis. I've been doing a lot of reading on leadership lately because for me to really succeed within Youngevity and network marketing, I really need to pick up those leadership skills. Technically, I'm excellent. I'm as good as they are out there. But in terms of taking on these management roles, these leadership roles, and to succeed within network marketing, you need to become a leader. So I've been starting to read a lot about leadership and really around the concept of a servant leader. What can you really do to lead a group? And there's none better within any organisation other than Scott Fardulis. I'm incredibly fortunate to be able to work one-on-one with Scott and have him mentor me on what it is to be a leader. So really, with that in mind, I think I know you're in for another great evening with Scott. Scott, thank you for the leadership you showed for me, my team, and the effort that you put in. As I said, there's none better that I've seen than you these days.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott Fardulis.
Thanks, buddy.
No worries, buddy.
Well, it is good to be with you guys tonight. I'm coming in from Pueblo. I started out this morning and jumped in my car, drove all the way to Pueblo, met with a number of folks for lunch today, and at about 2, I turned and headed this direction. My son's in the back of the room. His name is Blake, and he is 15 years old, freshman in high school, and he's up here tonight he just took a lesson from Trevor in baseball. So he's doing the arm mechanics and the swing training and all that. And so life is good. And just got off a conference call with a group of people down in Kansas City. So we've been busy. And I appreciate that introduction, Andrew, very much. So before we get started, let's just go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves and just kind of get acquainted a little bit. I recognize some new faces. So we'll start here.
Diane Wiescan. Self-employed and working on and taking Youngevity, and I'm really noticing a wonderful thing in my body and mind, reading self-help books, and I know all you guys have been doing that too, so right on, right?
I'm Mark. I'm from Aurora. I recently retired from the Navy. It took me 28 years to get to 20. This is my plan A. There is no plan B. John always said that 3 years ago, didn't he? Well, there is no plan B. This is what I'm doing. The last 3 days have been a whirlwind of mass insanity and mass energy. Scott can attest to that from Monday. It's just gotten worse. I'm probably 5 times as bad as I was, but it's a good bad. So that's me.
Cool. Has anybody here been to a Rockies game? Oftentimes, when you hear the trumpet come out playing in the 7th inning stretch, somewhere around there with "God Bless America," that'd be Mr. Stallings right here playing the trumpet.
very good.
He's
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
A
you.
celebrity in that.
Oh, no, I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a guy who can play the trumpet.
More than me.
And of course, being with the Navy for all the years he was, we're grateful for your service.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm Daniel, and most of the time I just spend working, and when I'm not working, I'm bowling. And then I'm a two-handed bowler. So
Outstanding. What's your highest score?
267.
Jeez.
The other, on a good day, I average a 221 between it, but normally around 190.
So how many strikes is 267?
267, that's 9 in a row, and then 9 open. I had 15 in a row between 2 games. So
Wow.
I was a little bummed out because that would have been my first 300.
Wow.
That's
And then-
incredible.
It was
So,
okay because I got the 683 series on.
I know it's a rabbit trail. I just got to know, how is it? Because I throw the ball down the alley.
You want me to demonstrate? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
All
all
right.
right.
Bowling lessons go straight, and I don't know how they get that curve in there.
No, the thumb comes out and the other hand initially comes on and it becomes your thumb. And when you go in, it's all on the side and you throw it out. It goes all the way up to the edge, snaps in, and it knocks those pins down much harder than any one-handed bowler can do.
So the hand goes on top of
He's
the
a
ball.
two-hand bowler.
2 hands.
Is that what? Because a lot of times that's not what the professionals do, though.
There's the best bowler in the world right now is a two-handed bowler.
Yep.
He's been PBA Player of the Year the last 2 years in a row.
And you don't use your thumb.
Mm-mm.
So just 2 fingers in.
I average a 185 with the thumb one-handed too. So
I'm doing it. I'm becoming the
Me too.
2-handed bowler.
I'm their youth bowling coach. So
It might look like this, though.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, I got to put the rocks in the road, though, too. Just
Oh, yeah.
in case. Yeah. Nice to meet you, Daniel. All right, back here.
I'm Alice Brewer. I own XL Carpet Care. And started with Youngevity in November. Great job.
Outstanding.
Her skin looks terrific. I saw her first time for a long time. I'm like, what are you doing? Your skin looks fantastic.
Yeah.
My name is Kathy, and I'm friends with Alice and Diane.
Okay.
And I'm a newbie here, and I live in Idledale. I live in Idledale, about 4 miles down the road on 74, just past where the rocks fell the other day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been out in Colorado for about 7 years now, and I call it my chapter 3. I started and was raised in Illinois. My family's still there, and then I lived in Southern California for about 25 years, and I moved in. So there might be a chapter 4, 5, or 6 in here.
What part of Southern California?
Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, coastal.
That's a nice area.
It's
Yeah, that's a
crowded.
real nice area. Yeah.
It
Perfect.
was fun.
Yep, and back here to the corner. Yes. Excellent.
Hi, I'm Val. I'm new here as well. I lived in Colorado my whole life. As they know, I work at Anthony's Pizza up here.
But we don't tell
I've
Nick
seen
that.
you.
That's,
That's where I've seen you.
Don't tell that to
We
me.
don't tell Nick.
okay.
We don't eat.
The best pizza maker.
But we're regulars. He makes the good pizza.
The New York kind.
Outstanding. How long you been there, Val?
I'm sorry, what?
How long you been at the pizza place?
About a year.
Very good. Excellent. You're done with school, out of school?
I go to Red Rocks Community College right now.
What area?
Well, I have one more semester, and then I'm hoping to transfer. So,
that might be why you look familiar as hell.
I go there and
And what's your emphasis? What do you study?
accounting.
Okay.
So business.
Glad you're here.
My name's Rob. I was born and raised here in Evergreen. And I currently work for both my parents' businesses, XL Carpet Care, and do web development and design work for my dad's company.
Outstanding. Thanks, Rob.
Yep.
And let's go back here to the corner.
Hi, I'm Blake. I'm 15, and I am also in the Youngevity. I qualified actually with you last month. My dad and I started this thing. One of my friends called Casper College, and obviously we're not in college yet. We're middle school, high school age, and we are trying to get as many kids to join this whole thing to raise money and be able to pay college in cash and not have to.
Awesome.
Yep.
That rocks.
Cool. And we already heard Commander, so back here to the left.
I'm Angela Ryan. I own Ground and Massage down in 1724. This is where I'll go back in history. I originated in Wisconsin, raised in the Chicago suburbs. I've been in Colorado since 2001. Been part of the Youngevity. I think I signed in December, but I've been coming to meetings since.
And you're doing fantastic too. You're really doing good.
I have a bunch of people.
Okay, good.
So they can come this week.
Outstanding.
My name is Trevor Davis. I'm going to do a fair amount of things. Along this. But recently gotten into coaching doing baseball lessons and stuff like that. Blake and I were just working downstairs on some stuff. Also have a family business with an identical twin brother that you probably won't tell the difference between the two of us. And then got into Youngevity, started taking stuff late October, I'd say. Whirlwind the difference for me in sports and stuff like that. Adrenals are through the roof. Knee tendonitis in 3 years is gone. At the point I couldn't actually walk right anymore. So great stuff, and I want to let you know he's throwing pain free with the glove and stuff. I got to head out here to go to Dominican Republic, so you guys have a great time. I just want to say hi to everybody.
Thanks, man.
Good trip.
Have a great trip.
Thank you.
Have an awesome trip. You'll be back for next week?
Yep.
See you next week.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.
See you, Trevor.
Yep. Awesome. That's good news, Blake. Good feedback. All right, and go ahead, Robert.
Oh,
Everybody's introducing themselves, where they're from and what they do.
I'm Robert. I'm from Pennsylvania. Or St. Louis. Oklahoma City. Las
He wins.
Vegas.
He wins.
Denver. Sedalia.
Are you trying to
Nice.
guess where you're from or what?
And I haven't left the place I live in for 23 years.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. And the first time I met you, pre-Youngevity, you were a different man. How were you different?
I cast a bigger shadow. A lot bigger shadow.
Wow, cool.
By over 100 pounds.
Whoa.
Thanks.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now I can kind of move, but I started a new toy called pickleball. You ever heard of pickleball?
Yeah.
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 In the middle, it's like basically you're playing table tennis with yourself instead of standing behind a table.
Cool.
You're on a table.
Oh,
Whipping a wiffle ball down the floor. It sounds cool. I figured out last Monday I still have another 50 pounds to go.
Cool. Like, hey, you're over 2/3 of the way there, my friend.
Yeah. Topped the challenge stairs at the Philip S. Miller Park here 2 hours ago. Yeah.
I just lost 8 pounds using ASAP in 10 days.
How much?
8 pounds in 10 days.
You?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
I
fantastic.
don't lose weight easily.
Yeah.
That was
What's
something.
Where did you have that? Oh, right.
In the middle pot.
Oh.
That's great. Well, we'll go quickly tonight. Our family's from Windsor, and we've been there in that vicinity for a number of years, and we love it. We live on a golf course. We live in a community where it's easy to go outside and play something, and we're a couple miles from the kids' school, so that keeps us very active as taxi drivers. And my wife and I are free. We've been retired since the age of 25, and I'm 43 now, so that's a good long period of time. We've traveled all over the world. We've gone and done orphanage work. We've built churches. We've just gone and had a great time and just enjoyed life. And we're not done. We love to play. We love to get outside. I'm going skiing tomorrow at Breckenridge. And want to go, Andrew?
No.
No.
Oh, do I want to go? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. See, that's what all my friends tell me what's up. I'm telling you. It's just like, why even bother?
Sue can probably go. Cool.
Okay, good. Tell her to go. Let's go.
I'd love to go at LSD.
Okay. So and we're gonna enjoy life. And so tonight I'm gonna show you 3 important things that everybody should be concerned about. Number one, you should be concerned about owning your life instead of somebody else owning it. That's called your time. Number two, you should be concerned about the best healthcare option for you. Number three, you should be concerned about how you're going to take care of yourself financially for the rest of your life. And trading time for money is not the solution. So if you'd like to be retired in the next couple years, regardless of your age, and not putting all your eggs into the basket of this 401k, thing, or, you got investment accounts going on. Nobody wants to touch investment accounts, because if you touch the investment, then it takes away money that is your principal that you can draw interest off of. Does that make sense? Yes. So everybody's deathly afraid to touch that principal. It's like, no, I don't want to touch that. Well, what can you touch? Well, you can touch it if it's recurring income, meaning it's just going to keep coming to you over and over and over again. See, at the age of 17, I started building something once so I could get paid on it forever, and that's the way it works for me today. That's the way it works with, a lot of other thousands of people that do what I do. And all of this can happen for you in the next 2 years. I'm showing you a 2-year plan. So it's a 2-year plan where everybody has to start somewhere, and you're going to end up someplace completely different. So think about where your life is right now. Do you really own your time? Do you really feel as good as you think you should feel? Are you really as healthy as you want to be? And do you really have the financial cash flow coming into you, recurring income, that you need to have in order to be free? If you want more of those things, then you're in the right spot. If you don't, then I'll give you 30 seconds to leave. Just kidding. So no, feel free to leave. If right now you're going, this is not what I thought I was coming to hear about, or I'm not interested in these things, it's okay. You can leave. I will not be offended, I promise. There are so many people in this world that are all over this like white on rice. It's like there's never going to be an end to people that really care about those issues. So the reason why we have the opportunity that we have is there's a man named Dr. Wallach that's 75 years old. And years ago, like over 40 years ago, he discovered that the reason we're sick in general is because we are suffering from a mineral deficiency. And after slicing open 26,000 animals and human beings and filleting them apart and looking inside of them and scientifically discovering why disease exists in humans and animals, he concluded that there's 90 essential nutrients that are missing in action that we don't get in our diet anymore. And because that's what we get used to, our bodies are breaking down very, very fast. And the solution to everything today, as far as you know, is drugs. That's what the pharmaceutical industry is here to do. And there's these little pills, and these little pills are in bottles, and there's 400 plus different pharmaceutical drugs on the market, and your doctor tells you to take one of those if you have a problem. Well, the top 10 little pill companies, they do billions of dollars a year in revenue, billions of dollars a year, tens of billions of dollars a year in profit. And that's not good news for me and you, because they make so much money doing that they in fact want to keep you on those pills. And the reason it's good news for them is because it creates 25 other side effects. 25 other side effects that create new problems for you, which means you have to take more pills. And doctors today are concerned about managing your prescriptive drugs, not about curing you from a disease. That's how they're trained. That's how they're programmed. So Dr. Wallach came along and said, there's a much better way of dealing with this. And we got to be telling people the truth. So we make available the 90 essential nutrients in 3 different products. A powder that you mix into a water bottle every day, shake it up and drink that down throughout the course of a day. Sip on it. Don't guzzle it. Sip on it throughout the day. Yeah, because it's all about absorption. So this is not like a glass of orange juice where you're going, I got to finish this while I'm at breakfast. Make your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, this powder, in a bottle, and take it out with you. And just sip on it.
We've been like timer too.
You can mix whatever you want to. Just as long as it's the tangy tangerine inside there, sip on whatever you concocted, including the tangy tangerine, throughout the. It's better for you to take all day to drink it than to guzzle it.
Okay, good. Oh, yes, we should read the.
Yeah, that's okay. So do that every day. Secondly, the other way you get the 90 essential nutrients is there's another pre-made liquid that is in a 30-ounce bottle, and you want to shake that up and pour a capful and take 1 capful every day. That's going to take care of your bones, your joints, your tendons, and your ligaments. All of your brain nutrition, everything that happens in this area, that's your essential fatty acids. So EFAs, we call them for short, little gold gel caps. You want to take 3 of those. The best way to take them is not to be in a hurry and say, I'm going to pound these 3 little pills. You take those like 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 in the evening, if you can be that scheduled and structured about it. That's the best way to do it. So that's how you take your 90 essential nutrients every day for the rest of your life. And every day for the rest of your life is the best medicine that you can give yourself. That's what Dr. Wallach put together. That's what he designed. That, I mean, you think about 900 diseases. That's how many diseases he's cured in animals and in humans. So we make the claim off of humans because it's illegal to make cure claims off of animals. It's illegal to make cure claims off of humans, even though we make the statements off of animals. So he wrote this book called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Today it's one of the best-selling books in the world. And 200 million copies, it's around the world. You can talk to anybody you want to, and if they're older than 35 or 40 years old, they're going to say, I know who Dr. Wallach is. He was that guy on Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. And that message surrounding the globe has put us in the top 60 direct selling companies in the world. We are growing at 3 to 400% in the last 4 years. We're averaging to 100% growth right now. And third-party outside experts looking at all we have to offer as a company, because it's a lot more than nutrition. It's possible we could be $1 billion company before 2020 ends, which is in the next 5 years. That's pretty exciting news. So Val, to give you an idea, the pendulum is vast and wide. We're not just a supplement company. We're talking about gas and electric, utilities, and all kinds of other services, legal services, debt settlement, credit repair. We have clothing, we have jewelry, we have food, we have chocolate, we have tea, we have coffee, we have essential oils, we have scrapbooking, we have everything you'd find in a health food store, skincare, hair care, cosmetics, nutritional, protein powders, things for exercise and working out. It is awesome. And we've just simply rerouted our budget from all those stores that you could buy those things at, and we put it into Youngevity. Why'd we do that? Because you can get wealthy by doing that through Youngevity, and we make somebody else wealthy if we keep giving them our money. Walmart doesn't need to be any wealthier than they are. Mr. King Soopers doesn't need to have any more money than he already has. Mrs. Albertsons does not need any more money. Youngevity does, and so do you. They already have enough. Give yourself more money. Poke some people on the shoulder kindly and say, you know what, I've got an unbelievable plan B for you. And if you can meet the people that I'm doing business with, I know for a fact your life will change dramatically. What I want from you is an hour of time with your open mind. Will you give that to me? And if you talk like that to people, then magic occurs. We've just done that more than other people in 3 years. That's it. We don't have any magic wand. We don't have any spooky dust to wave over anybody. We don't have any lassos that we're throwing around people's necks. We're just talking to people like that. I've got an unbelievable plan B, Diane, and I'm sure your plan A in life right now is going perfectly well. However, I want you to know I'm partnered with some phenomenal people right now. An extraordinary impact is being felt on my life, and I cannot get you off my mind. I want you to meet some people that I'm doing business with, because I know you're going to appreciate what we're up to. And when you meet these people, your world will change. If you'll give me an hour of time with your open mind, I'll make that happen. What do you say? And why would people say no to that? Seriously, do they really want to go back to making $10 an hour and not have any hope for their future? Do they really want to keep living for TGIF? Thank God it's Friday. Is that the way to really go through life? No, it's not. No dream ever got fulfilled in anybody's life by having a job. I'm not saying a job is bad. I'm just saying it robs you of your time to fulfill the passion that you have in your stomach. Instead, you're building somebody else's. That's the bottom line. Andrew's a very high-waged income earner in the corporate world, and he's the PhD guy with all the credentials and all that stuff. And you know what he misses? What do you miss in your life?
Time.
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 Yeah.
I can't even go see him with you tomorrow.
I know. So it's like, why in the world do people want to put up with that? It's because they don't know the plan B exists. So they're not doing anything wrong. Andrew's not doing anything wrong. He's got a great job. That's what people think is the end game, and it's not. A job is a stepping stone for you to buy yourself enough time to put your ducks in a row so you can launch your plan B. Here it is, folks. Here's your plan B right now. You don't have to search anymore. It is here. And if you had a better way right now to get independence of your time, you'd already be doing it. It's the most coveted asset in the whole world. And if people could just figure out how to do that, they'd already be doing it. that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the magic of what we do. Now we monetize it. How do we monetize this message? So what is it that we're doing? We're taking people's budgets that are already in place and rerouting a portion of that budget that exists inside of the scope of products that we have at Youngevity. You transfer shop. You were shopping here, now you're going to switch your allegiance to Youngevity. Same money, same budget, you just traded who was going to get it. Give it to Youngevity, teach a whole bunch of other people to give it to Youngevity, and you get rich, and you get free, and you get financial independence, and you own your time, and you've got the best health products in the world right under your nose that Dr. Wallach endorses and says, hey, by the way, if you take these things, then in animals, it healed cystic fibrosis. In animals, we saw cancer disappear. In animals, heart disease went away. In animals, diabetes went away. Read between the lines. He did it in humans too. We're just not going to talk about humans because that's not the way the law works. Got it? Human beings are part of the animal kingdom. We're just superior because we can reason and think in ways that animals don't. So they separate us for some reason. We're still part of the same section. That being said, here's what I recommend that you do. First of all, you got to know that most bankruptcies would be avoided if the average household had just another $1,000 a month. Just $1,000 more a month would have kept most bankruptcies from occurring. Wow. That is a wow.
That is a wow.
Here's another wow. I freak out thinking about all the kids that are out there that are my son's age or older because they've got this thing coming up called college. And college for most people is two things. It's an escape plan to go have a good time. And number two, it's a path where it's believed that if you'll go get an education by going into debt, which is kind of an oxymoron, go get smart so you can go into debt. Is that smart? Yeah, right, it's not smart. How smart is it to go get into debt? So you're supposed to go get smart by going to school, only you walk out with a bunch of debt, and then okay, great. So in the job world, you made $80,000 a year instead of $65,000 a year without an education for the same job. How long will it take you to pay that debt off? I'd rather make a little bit less and not have the stress in my mind of being in debt. And that's the problem right now. It's been predicted that universities would start closing down because of the financial bubble being burst in the student loan industry. Student loans now equate to over $1 trillion of debt. $1 trillion. $1 trillion. This is like the biggest section of debt in our economy. And you thought the real estate market was a big deal. The educational market is a much bigger deal. And when
one actually closed down this week.
Yes, yeah. It was in Virginia. Yeah. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
What was the school? What was it?
Sweetbriar.
Sweetbriar
College closed down.
112-year-old university, was it not?
Yes.
112 years old. It's done. Because the student loan defaults are overwhelming and they cannot continue to operate without people making good. Here's the statistic. About 85% of students that are graduated right now, they haven't landed that dream job. They cannot afford to exist on their own and they have to move back home with mom and dad to regroup. Like that plan that they had, it didn't work out so well. And they found out that there were a whole lot of other people running around the world that wanted the same job that was available and they didn't get picked. So they're moving back home. They don't have money to support themselves. They don't have the job yet. And that means that they're defaulting on the student loans. That's the problem. Today, you go get a loan for your house. And you have, it's hard. It's really hard to get a loan in the housing market today. It's a small crack of people that can pull that off. Everybody can get a student loan. See, in the housing market, at least there's an asset to back up if you default. And they can just go sell the house and pay off the loan, right? You lose the house, the bank gets it back, they sell it, they get their money back. It's insured. There is no insurance. There is nothing backing a student loan. So when everybody defaults, which is a lot of people right now, that's cash just gone. And the bills still have to get paid, so universities end up closing. And that's just one. Others are coming. Yep. That just started the domino effect, and others are coming. It made it easier for people to say, well, we're not the only ones. Watch. Yeah. Here it comes. So that being said, what I love is that this business model is unbelievably powerful. And it's so powerful because you're not risking making some financial risk. You're not putting yourself out there where you're not able to protect yourself. And so I got
Right
to
there on the table.
There we go.
Still need me as a tech guy.
Yep, got it. All right, here we go. So this is what I did. I took myself and I inserted mine and Juliet's name right there. There we were. And I looked at the comp plan. I said, I want a free car and I want to start making some money and I'd love to get an extra $1,000 a month as fast as possible. So here's how we accomplished it. We went out and we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We introduced and invited 12 people to see Youngevity for what it was, and we just introduced them to people that we respected that were in this company, that had documentation and results. And I invited exactly how I role-played with you, exactly the same way. When you meet these people and see what we're up to, you are going to flip your lid. This is so exciting. I can hardly stand it myself. And people said, okay already, what are you doing? I'll meet whoever you want me to meet. And we introduced these people. This right here was 12 people that were using at least the 90 essential nutrients. At least the 90 essential nutrients. And it turned into a whole lot more. So this equation right here, with me doing the same exact thing, that was $1,000 a month, and it also was a free car. The first car we received was after like 45 days in the business. We had like 2 weeks, partial month when we got started, and then we had a full month. And at the end of that month, we had this scenario, and we had a free car. The first car we received from the company was a Yukon XL, a GMC Yukon XL, black on black, beautiful. Video screens drop down, surround sound, Bose stereo on the inside, leather everything, power everything. The XL was the extra long stretch version. It had tinted windows, black. It was like the presidential motorcade. It was so cool. Remember that color, Blake? It was cool, wasn't it? Yeah. So that was our first vehicle. And that scenario was not complicated. It was a matter of putting behinds into seats and letting people see what we're talking about. And the majority of people said yes. A few people said no. That's okay. Because for some reason, they thought their plan A was better than my plan B. And they got to go back to doing whatever it was that they're doing. And funny thing is every time people that say no, it's totally fine, it's a free country, they're still living the same life they had 3 years ago. And look at how much life can change for you in 3 years. That's the point. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's like, why would you pass that up? Now, here's what I did to accelerate this. And I strongly encourage you to do this. We have something called a CEO pack. And the CEO pack is important because in addition to being able to make some cash like I just suggested, the CEO pack gave me the ability to have stock options in the company. Like I could rank advance to the company and they've given me stock options. And now I have a lot of stock options. And number 2 is I was able to receive all the bonuses that the company had. So whatever I was doing, it was accelerating things at a much faster pace. I'm going to stop right there. Just know that. So that's the CEO pack. The CEO pack is $499, $500. So this was the first thing I did. Number 2 is I got real about my dream. And I decided that my dream was real enough that I needed to do that. Number 3 is I got intentional about that list right there. And on that list, I only put down people that I cared about, that I really loved, that meant something to me. And I put those people on this list. And I called them up and I said what I said, and they saw the business and they got started. And now I had all these individuals. And then, number 4, I took those individuals along with myself and I got us all plugged in. I paid attention to our conference calls. I got on webinars. I participated in everything I could. I went to the weekly meeting that we had locally, and I just kept bringing butts and putting them in chairs. Butts and chairs became my motto. Butts and chairs was just like great lyrics. It was a good song, Butts and Chairs. So that's the only movie, no music, just,
I want to see the answer.
oh, you want to see a dance?
Nice.
Yep.
Scott, what's in the CEO pack?
What's in the CEO pack? Perfect. In that CEO pack is 2 sets of the 90 essential nutrients. There's something called Pollen Burst, which is an energy product. It is so good. It's delicious. Who here has had the Pollen Burst? Wow, that's a lot of people. So the Pollen Burst is incredibly delicious.
Double BB today.
Double BB today?
Double BB today.
Cool.
Should have rushed some.
Nice throw. All right, this is the Pollen Burst right here. What's that?
Give him that.
There you go, Daniel. Yep, that's yours. Pollen Burst, there's a box with 30 stick tubes of that in there, and it's meant for you. Every day you've got one, and you can also throw one like that at somebody and say, here, drink this. You have this, and tell me if you don't feel unbelievably better before or during your workout. You'll have more energy. You'll be more alert. You'll be more aware. It tastes delicious. We also have an antioxidant super juice. Dr. Wallach believes that water is just a transportation system. It isn't delivering anything all by itself. It's just a transportation system that delivers the nutrients that you need to your cells. You like that?
I like it. I mean, I don't know what I like that. It's exactly what I want.
Not too shabby.
No, not too shabby.
Yeah.
You should have paid.
Every now and then.
So is it better to mix it with water or juice, or it says that? on
Water.
it?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Just use water because it's a transportation vehicle.
Oh, no, I meant all the product.
Yeah.
Because it says juice too. Yeah.
Juice already has a flavor, so it can get funky if you put
Yeah,
stuff
I
in
bet.
something that already has flavor.
No, I'm doing the water.
Yep. So there's
I like
an
juice,
antioxidant super juice. There's a weight loss product in there. There's a probiotic in there for digestion. There is something called Rebound, which is what you take after you're done exercising and working out. There's a little canister called CM Cream. It's for hot spots and places on your body that might be sore. It could be muscles. It could be joints, ball and socket issues. Rub that in there, and it's a pain reliever that Dr. Wallach says will last about 3 hours. So if you need to, you put that on about 3 times a day, and you're good to go through the day. So that's what's in the CEO pack. That's $500. Here's how simple it is to get your money back. I took all these people right here, and I had all of them get a CEO pack. All of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this group of 4 right here earned me back per person 133 times 4. That equals $532. I just got my money back. This right here, I'd encourage you to do that in 1 week. That's what I'd encourage you to do. I'd encourage you to do that in 1 week. Bottoms and seats in 1 week, and you'll get your money back. Then what you have is you have the rest of these people in the next 3 weeks. So do this like as fast as you can, and you got the rest of the month to get the rest of these people. And meanwhile, all of these people, depending on where in the month they get started, they have the ability to go out and build some business themselves before the month ends, which is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So that's what we did. And while I put 12 people in like that, the reality is that these individuals have turned into many thousands of people in the last 3 years. Many thousands, not just a few, lots of thousands. And those thousands of people, each person that purchases through the company, the average is, and it's the average for everybody, you'll earn about $10 a month for every person that's purchasing. So what if you had 500 people purchasing and you made $10? You did math on that, right? It's like $5,000 a month, right?
It is 5,000.
Right? That's the way it works. And there's so many other things that go on top of that that it just gets really juicy in addition to that. So that's just the recurring bonus. It's just going to be about $10 a month for every person that's ordering, and that adds up pretty quick, real quick. Does that make sense? Tell me your name again.
Mine?
Yes.
Kathy.
Kathy.
Yep.
Is that with a C or a K?
C.
With a C. Okay. Kathy, you got this?
Yes.
Make sense?
Yep.
Pretty simple?
Yep.
Okay. 4 things. Get your CEO pack. And by the way, just copy us. just copy us. Don't get too cerebral about this. Richard Branson says it best. Here's his statement. He said, when somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, say yes, and then figure out how it works later. That's his direct quote. He says, say yes and figure out all the details later, because opportunities can pass you by real quick and you missed out because you wanted to be smart. Don't be smart. Don't be smart. You won't make one more dime by being smart. You don't need to know how, I was telling somebody on a conference call before you all walked in here, you don't need to know how the watch works. You just need to know that it works, and if you'll wear one, then you'll know what time it is. And this is the same way. You don't need to understand how it works. Just get your CEO pack, figure out what your dream is, because you're going to live it, and create this list. Who are these people? This is how you get a free car right here. So get your CEO pack, know your dream, create your list. Let's talk these people. Do these people in a week. Right there. 4 people, 1 week. And then stay plugged in. I mean, I'm telling you, we have conference calls, we have webinars, we have product training calls, we have live business opportunities to come in here. Mr. Nick Capandi, the man that owns this building and this amazing club and everything that happens here, he is all over this like white on rice. He's a phenomenal leader. He is someone that's very inspirational. Would you all agree?
Yes.
And very knowledgeable. He's a great teacher, and he's multifaceted. Like, you'll see him wearing around his taekwondo garb, and you'll think, oh, that guy's just into martial arts. No, that's just scratching the surface of what he's into. Yes.
Just thought I correct you. It's a gi.
What is it?
It's a dobok.
What is it?
In Taekwondo.
Okay.
A dobok.
That's what it's.
How do you spell it?
G-O-B-O-K.
A dobok. Okay. So you see him in that dobok. Don't label him as a dobok guy.
That's funny.
And this is like.
I mean, you do have a figure. That was really good.
Yeah. Because it's way more than that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He absolutely is.
Yep.
He's a machine.
All right. So, questions?
I just got a question.
Yes.
Do you need to be CEO qualified to get the car bonus?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
You must be CEO qualified. What is CEO qualified? It means that you must have a CEO pack. If you want to get a car, you have to have a CEO pack.
Well, exactly.
If you just want to make commissions on people's purchases, you don't need to get a CEO pack. You can get your money back. You're not going to get a car. You're not going to get stock options. And you're not going to get coding bonuses. Here's what coding bonuses are. As big as your organization gets, can you imagine when you have 500 people on your team? Just imagine that. You have 500 people, and a third of them are concerned about their financial future, so they're introducing people, and here comes 125 new CEO packs. If you are CEO qualified and you already have a CEO pack, and anybody in your team, so here comes 125 CEO packs. Yes?
I just want to make sure this is completely different.
Different. Yeah. Different bonus right now. Talking about the coding bonus. This is not this topic. In addition to this, in addition to everything I already said, the coding bonus is every time someone in your team gets a CEO pack, you don't even know their names. It was somebody else's introduction to the team. They're still connected to you. We pay out $15 to $190 to you every time someone orders a CEO pack, depending on your rank, and multiply that out. So let's just say you were at $100.
$100. You say how many?
Because you were.
You say how many people that signed up?
125.
125.
And you made $100, and you make $100 times 125 CEO packs. What's the math on that? How much?
12,500.
That would be a commission check to you, separate from everything else I already explained, separate from the car bonus. That's the coding bonus now, and that'd be another $12,500.
Why do you think the needs raised for that check out the mailbox?
Yep.
Who wins?
It's
I
fun
think Denise
stuff.
does.
Even if Tom gets the check.
So everybody clear on CEO packs? Everybody
Yes.
clear on
Yes, thank
how those bonuses work? Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
Daniel, you clear?
Oh, yeah.
You know what you got to do?
Easy setup.
You excited?
Oh, yeah.
You're ready to roll. Scale of 1 to 10. How encouraged and excited are you?
Honestly, I was set on it last night. Didn't even know it.
You can just feel it.
I know how the system works, and that's it.
Awesome. You're gonna do it. Good. Any other questions? Kathy, how are you doing?
Good. Question is, I'd like to try it.
Good.
Okay.
Yep.
And know how I feel about it, because I need to understand everything about it before I start marketing.
Yep.
Right? I mean, I have to have a thorough confidence in what I'm saying.
Yep.
I've been in sales my whole career, so that's always worked for me.
Okay, good.
Sincerity comes through.
No, you're
Yeah,
proud
so
of it.
we're gonna give you some samples.
So can I make just
Yeah,
an
hold on a
observation?
second though. Kathy, we're gonna give you some samples.
Okay.
So the 90 essential nutrients are really important. I would say you should sample the Beyond Tangy Tangerine.
Absolutely.
And just take 2 or 3 of those stick packs with you.
Okay.
Going out of here.
All right.
It's hard to sample 1,000 products, so I'm just thinking of
No, I just want the basics.
yeah, the
Just
basics.
something like somebody says.
Yep.
She wants the 90 for life.
Yep,
She wants the.
give her the 90 for life to sample.
No,
Anybody have it?
We have samples.
I,
Yeah.
sorry.
What do you have?
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Do you
get
do you drink coffee?
Yeah, well, yes.
Yes?
I go in phases. Sometimes. I
Okay.
do, sometimes I
Would you
don't.
like to sample some coffee?
Sure.
Okay. You'll love it.
It's great coffee.
It's phenomenal coffee. We actually own our own roaster.
Yep.
We own all of the plantation for where the coffee beans and the coffee trees and bushes are grown down in Nicaragua. They're ours. We don't rent them. We don't lease them. That's our plantation. And we are the top 10 largest coffee producing companies in the world.
I did go on your website.
Yep.
And I listened to that video. It was quite long, but very, very informative.
Yeah, about Dr. Wallach?
Uh-huh.
Or,
yeah.
Nice. His story?
Yep.
Background? Cool. It's about
Yeah,
15
yeah.
minutes, I think.
It was very well done.
It is well
It was
done.
very
isn't it?
informative, and it just gave you the backbone
Yep.
of what you're talking about.
Mhm.
You know, you want to have the story down. You want to explain how this guy got started, why he got started, how it's progressed,
That's right.
and how it got here today. Right?
Absolutely. Yes. So you're ready to roll. You want to sample some products first.
I do, so
Yep.
that I can speak from
Yep.
experience. Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. That's great. You got it. We'll set you up.
Okay.
We'll take care of you.
Great.
Yeah, we'll put some high impact things in your hands. Go home and use those, and call Alice.
And then
I
if you
want
have any
skin like hers,
questions,
though. I mean, you know, I want
She
that
has
skin.
amazing skin. I know. She does.
I want
I
that
agree.
skin.
Okay, good. Let's see. Val, how you doing?
I'm fine.
You doing fine?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm not interested.
I know. I can tell. I can totally tell.
I mean, Rob also, I feel like it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
And I did ask Rob if it is, and you said it's not.
Well, what's your definition of a pyramid scheme?
This, you make money by selling something, you get commission. Is what
Yeah. And I mean, what does that really mean?
Well, I like work. So,
Me too.
yeah, I like going to work.
Yeah.
And it seems like a pyramid scheme.
I don't know what that means, really, quite frankly. I mean, your job is a pyramid corporate scheme to me.
Well, yeah, but I like doing it.
Well, you can like it. It's still a corporate pyramid scheme.
I mean, there's plenty of things I would disagree on. I don't judge anyone here or
Sure.
anything for it.
Yeah.
I wish you guys all luck in doing this. I feel like you probably can make money if you're at the top of the pyramid.
I'm at the bottom. I got started 15 years after it started. There's like hundreds of thousands of people that have come before me. So being in the top 20 income earners, I can disagree with you. I mean, and you'd have to agree. So, yeah,
Should I wait now?
I think you should. Yeah.
All right, well, sorry, Rob.
Thanks for being here, Val.
Good luck, everybody.
Yep. Good luck to you too.
Thanks.
I'd like to have some of your pizza someday, though.
All right.
Oh, it is great.
Yep.
I love
See ya.
And my sales jobs, I mean, that's always, it's like it was commission, and
Yep.
once you hit a certain level, then you got more, and then also there was a bonus structure that if you hit this and this and this, it would enhance that.
Yep.
It's all the same.
It's the same thing.
Except it was for somebody else.
And everything's hard.
I
So
did
you just have
well,
to
but
pick your heart.
still.
So by the way, I hope you guys learned something right now. Did you all learn something?
Yes.
Yes.
It's all okay.
Definitely.
And I don't let people bully me around. If I listened to him, I'd be broke. Right. I would never support my family. I'd never be anywhere. I wouldn't be going skiing tomorrow, and he can't go skiing tomorrow. Right. So it's a mentality. Yes, Daniel.
honestly, it makes no sense as to how it could be a pyramid scheme if you listen to it word for word. There's no way.
All sales is some.
So-
No, that's like saying a phone salesman or a car salesman is a pyramid scheme. They're part of a pyramid just because they're getting their commission.
That means nothing.
No,
that
that's
concept
just
means
doing
nothing
their
to
job.
me.
Simply.
So I just want to say
Hold on a second, Mark. I know I keep cutting you off. Here's the definition of a scheme. So we're all really clear. Here's the definition, because there is a definition of a pyramid scheme. Here's what the definition of a pyramid scheme is. It's the exchange of money without equal value for the money of a product or a service.
Yep.
So a pyramid scheme is really a money game. Like I'll give you $500 and people will give you $500. We're putting money into something and we're not getting value out of that money, and then commissions are paid off the money.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's a pyramid scheme. When you're exchanging goods and services, which we are,
Absolutely.
But we're getting some.
we're getting something of greater or equal value, then that's not a pyramid scheme. Got it? Okay. Yes, Mark.
So the two things that I have noticed, especially the past 3 days, is my energy about the business has attracted people to me. That's just a personal thing. And then the second thing was conceptually why this attracted me had nothing to do with anything other than my job in the Navy was kicking people out. My job was firing people. That's what I did. And when you do that for especially the last 6 years, it drags on you. It hurts. And it becomes a painful experience. So I meet Scott through my sister-in-law, and I actually took a while to decide I was going to do it, right? And the only question that I had was, are you going to stick with me? Are you going to be my friend? Because friends help each other. And as I started really latching my head around this, and this is why I'm excited. The products are great. That is, I don't talk about that. What I love about this is a business where my success is entirely dependent upon helping other people. And after you do the things that I've done, especially the past 6 years, you want to just latch onto that concept and not ever let it go, because I'd much rather say, Daniel, it is awesome. I love your new car. And he looks over and says, I am so glad you drug my happy little butt up to everything.
Do you want one?
And that's that,
Do you want one?
just on a conceptual and very emotional position. I cannot wait to watch the people I bring in walk up and say, thank you for introducing me to this guy, because I get to do that. You know, and that is how I feel, because this is a feel business. Am I right? Yeah. This is not a logical business. This is raw emotion. And I've had life-changing experiences in 3 days, Scott. I mean, I can't even explain to you what's going on inside me. But my Carrie, she thinks I'm on crack. Because the energy level is just that over the top. Yes, that's my wife. I came home. No, listen, you guys are funny because the day I just took the life, and then chain of events happened on Monday, and by the time Scott got to me, they weren't letting me drink the drinks that they had there because I was already so completely wired out. And every time I start talking about it, I don't know if you can feel it, but I just don't. I just want other people to see it and have it, and that's what I've become. And it's been magical.
That's great.
It's been just
Thanks,
magical.
Mark. Yep, that's perfect. Yes, Daniel.
One other thing, and this is how I was kind of decided on it last night before even hearing it, and it's just, you know, I did ACN for a while. You know, I worked with a guy named Marcus Harris, if anybody's heard of him. He played for the Chargers. And I'm a Broncos fan. I could care less about the Chargers. But total rude guy. You know, took advantage of like the whole pay-in. It was just yearly fees and all this other stuff. And when my friend Kyle messaged me, I'm like, yep, MLM. But I'm like, but he's still my friend. I know he's not going to screw me over. I'm going to hear him out with an open mind just because of who he is. And after meeting Mark and talking to him, the one thing I could tell, and reading people like a book's freaking easy. It's the easiest freaking thing you can do, or for me anyway. And for some people, I don't know. It's just I just find it really easy. And the one thing I could tell out of the tone of his voice was value. And I don't know. I can tell you from when I was a kiosk salesman to when I was, turned down for car sales for being too young, or just anything like that. It's just the one thing that any of those lacked was value, And sales are easy. You're friendly to somebody, you be you, and they come easy. It's just I don't know, just any place I've been just lacked that value, and I was like, there's probably a buy-in, but you know what? I don't care.
Sounds like he's gonna do it in a week.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Mark, you're.
Here's what's neat.
I don't know.
Mark
I
is
had
brand
nothing to do with it, honestly.
Mark is brand new. He
Right.
introduced last night. He drove up to Loveland, I guess it was on Monday.
Kyle.
Kyle.
My nephew.
Yep, his nephew's name is Kyle. He came up to my meeting on Monday in Loveland, and Kyle works at Casa Bonita, if you know where Casa Bonita is. Yep.
Yeah.
And then he texted me and he says, I am going to put some serious butts in chairs. And he said the first one's coming tonight. So that'd be Daniel. So that's how it works. It's really exciting. Rob, by the way, I'm proud of you. That was awesome. What happened was a great learning experience, and you don't have to have everybody say yes.
Right.
It's nice to know that someone still wants to make our pizza.
Yeah.
Well, exactly, and
Right.
Yeah.
there's no wrong
Handled it
answer.
like a boss.
That's what we've learned.
Yeah.
Well, at least
I'll
he's going to school.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. And by the way,
Getting all student.
you did answer the question correctly.
Right.
Hold on, I gotta go find the next one. I mean, don't think he won't be watching what happens to you.
Right.
And down the road, he'll go,
And he'll come back around.
Rob, you did
Yeah.
answer the question correctly. Is this a pyramid scheme? Was that his question to you?
Right.
Yeah, it's not, because while you were out, we're saying the definition of a pyramid is the exchange of money without goods and services of equal value.
Right. That's actually exactly what I told him when I was out there. That's the reason I told him.
Yeah.
No, because it's not.
Right. No,
So.
no, there are pyramid schemes out there.
Right.
Oh, yeah, and they're alive and well.
Right.
Not that they're ethical. They're just they're out there.
Right.
Here's a question that you'll probably get.
Yeah.
That would pop into mind. Is this like Amway?
Yes and no.
Okay. I know it's gonna happen. Quite a few
Yeah.
people are gonna have, because that's gonna be their associative
Well,
thought process,
Well, you don't have to
right?
lug
It's a
around
similar
the route.
business.
there's two things I want to say about that
And
question.
nothing's wrong with Amway, because I
No.
know people who are very I've known them for years.
Yeah. There's two things about that question. First of all, is this like Amway? You shouldn't
Negative connotation.
get that question if you're inviting the way I taught you to invite.
Right.
If you're saying something beyond that, then they'll start asking you questions.
Yep.
So it's more about the relationship than it is come to a meeting. That sounds like Amway. We're gonna do a presentation. That sounds like Amway. So I make it about the relationship, and I talk about the impact in my life. And
That's what I liked, was the impact.
yeah, the
I like
impact
that.
on my life is overwhelmingly amazing. I'm being impacted
That got me
financially.
excited.
I'm being impacted by my
That got me
health.
excited.
And when you meet these amazing people, you'll see how you're going to be impacted too. I'm just asking for an hour of your time and an open mind. Let's go.
And also the health equation once again.
Yep.
I'm not young, and everybody that's in my peer group, all of our constitutions could be starting to suffer.
Yep.
Things start falling apart, whatever. So you start, what?
Don't say that. You're young.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not old, but I'm not young. And so that's possibly going to happen. So it's very exciting to hear something that has, like I said, I did go to the website the day we spoke and listen to
And
the
I
video.
didn't do the proper invite.
I
But I
know.
know how it
That was what you did. Yeah.
I'm here.
I actually met at the pizza.
It's amazing.
Here's how we're the same as the company you mentioned. We both have products. We're both network marketing companies. Our business models for moving the products inside the network marketing arm, they're completely different. We don't move products the same way that they do.
Nope.
I don't mind the whole concept. I want to,
Yeah.
I
Trust
want
me,
to
you got
get
the
my
products
arms
and you'll
around
see
it,
it.
just
Right,
want to get my
that's what
arms
I'm
around
doing. I've been doing it since February.
Get my arms around it. I want to experience the product and go to a couple of meets, see different meet and greet, whatever. Because like I said, I was in sales and marketing for like 25 years. So all this is very basic.
Yep.
But that was corporate land.
Right.
But it still was the same. And, you know, I was a relationship management oriented person. I could sell, but I was also responsible for relationships. So you had to be, you know, it was a relationship. You can't be full of baloney.
Right.
You know, so you always knew for every 5 no's, you get a yes.
Yep.
So it's always a numbers game. It's like, and like your friend, like, get out of here because I got to go find the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Call me if you need me, whatever. So that was nice. Exciting.
Well, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. You know, just it's a great night. Appreciate you coming out. We'll be doing this presentation tomorrow night down the mountain at Panera Bread on the corner of Colorado Boulevard and Hampton Avenue. There's a nice little conference center or conference room that's off the side inside of there.
Same time?
By that far south. Hampton is 3,500 south. We're at 2644.
2644.
Yeah,
Which is
so-
Yale, closer to
Okay.
Yale. Yale
Okay.
is 2,700 south.
Perfect.
So it's on Colorado.
It's on Colorado
Yeah,
Boulevard.
so 25 Colorado South Go.
Right. It's
Right,
close
off
to
of
Colorado and Yale.
Indianapolis.
Yale is 2,700 south and we're at
I never
26.
got it. It's got the address. My phone tells me how to
2466 South Colorado Boulevard. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. I send the map link in the email. So.
Yep.
So there is
Stein Mart there.
So tomorrow evening, bring guests, come on out. Let's have some fun there.
I'll be there.
Yeah. And hey, Mr. Kabani, Mr. Kabani, thank you for everything.
Yes.
I'm gonna, you mind if I say something?
I wish you
Yes.
would. Come on up here.
I know. I have
Sorry.
I don't like to be rude.
I had to ask him for a favor.
Is that right?
Oh, yes.
Thanks for letting me come in and speak. Daniel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? And I apologize, Kathy. Who are you friends with? How long you guys know each other?
3 years, 4 years, 5, 6,
Yeah, Dad's been gone for
years.
years. So it's, yeah, that's
Who's your buddy?
6 or something.
Oh, he took off.
He'll leave already?
Yeah, he wasn't
Wasn't
interested.
his gig.
It's a perfect.
Ah,
We learned a lesson tonight, so this is a good one to watch on Google Hangouts.
gotcha.
Oh, it was classic. It was beautiful.
That's okay. That's the way it goes.
We all kind of went out on like.
You got him to the. You got
He's
him
a
to
great
the.
guy.
You got him. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do.
I did a demonstration for a bunch of 6th graders today. It was Katrina wasn't there; she was at school. So I wanted to talk about, you know, most people in life, they have what they call instant gratification. They want something quick. They want something fast. They want something either to get rich quick or a black belt quick. And I was talking to these young ladies, and I said, there's General Choi on the wall back there. General Choi was the founder of Taekwondo. I said he would be rolling in his grave right now if he saw how many people become black belts in a year or 2 years. See, what the problem is that nobody wants to sacrifice. Nobody wants, you know, this business, to me, is a huge sacrifice. And my instructor, John Plumby, said, you have to give something up to get something better. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You have to give something up to get something better. So I said to them, you have to pay a price. You have to pay a price of hard work, sweat, dedication. You have to pay a price. I'm down there today. I did a 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. You have to pay a price. You can't, there's nothing that's going to come easy for you at all. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Nothing. There's nothing. And I said to these young ladies, I said, if you want to become a ballerina, you have to practice. If you want to become a martial artist and become a black belt, you have to practice. In this business, and one of the things that I do for the group is we train every Saturday like black belts. We make sure that you are ready to go engage and talk to people on a regular basis. We prepare you to do these things. Does that make sense to you guys? Yes. And so, you know, I charge $1,000 a month if you want to coach. I charge $0 if you get involved in Youngevity and come to the meetings and I teach you.
And I've been doing this a long time. I've got a long background in sales. I was a top producer for Brian Tracy. But I said to the girls, I said, I promoted 6 black belts in 18 years. Down the street, he's promoted thousands in 7 years. Thousands. And as my friend Ken Huffy, he had to leave, said, he went to go watch a black belt test. And I said, well, how was it? He goes, Nick, I thought it was going to be ridiculous. But he said it was beyond ridiculous. It was that bad. I take this, what I'm doing right now with this business, so serious. And I want to teach you guys to the depths where you can just do this and be black belts when you talk to people. It is something that I've been thinking about tonight when I was training Kent, and I was training about 7 or 8, about 15 others. How good you want to be? How great do you want to be? How outstanding you want to be? It is nothing but preparation. It's prepare. Would you agree, Scott? It's all preparation. And I think about, everybody gets something for nothing. I didn't say this, but Faith was in the class. Faith is my niece. Faith's a blue belt. I didn't say it to the girls because I didn't want to, I don't want to put her on the spot. She did a little pattern. She came up. There was 30, 6th graders there from Rocky Mountain Academy. I failed her in her last test. I did not promote her. Do you know how many people would quit if they had a little bit of resistance?
Oh, yeah.
It's just the same thing in this business. They get 1, 2 people that say, I'm not coming. I had a person who was supposed to come tonight. Not coming. I'm calling tomorrow. Believe me. I'm calling them. I'll say, what happened? I said, one respect to another. I said, I would show up if I told you I was going to be there. Why didn't you show up for me?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. And you know what? I get people like that too. Everybody gets people like that. But they get a little resistance and they quit. And I did that for a reason. I failed her because she was not prepared for her test. And I said, you have another chance to test in a month. She came up to me crying one night. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I said, then you will not test for another 4 months. It's kind of like this business. You get a couple people that bang in and don't show up or do something, and you want to just give it up? You can't do that. What kind of person are you if you just give up? This is not a give up business. This is a character building business. Even for me. I am nothing special. I'm just a black belt, and I'm honoring my rank, and I'm doing the same things that I would do in Taekwondo. I am not going to give up. That's what we're in. And if you want to be successful at this, I don't care. I don't care if it's called, whatever. I know how the products work. I am a person that's working out for 37 years. I try these products, and it's the best I've ever seen in 37 years. Nothing even compares to it. You guys know that. But it's not about the products. It's about your belief in yourself. It's about believing that, you know what, I could become a black belt like Scott one day. I could wear a rank of a 5th degree. But it's going to take some sweat and hard work and disappointment to get there. Isn't that true?
Yes.
And this is what we teach every Saturday. And I do this because when I decided to do this, and I've told you guys point blank, I will be your instructor as long as you show up here. And I will still be your instructor if you don't show up here and you show up again. But I believe that training is everything. But it's going to be, 3 years he did this. 3 years. Financially set for life. I mean, how many? I would like to do that, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes.
Then what's holding you back? And when people get held back, I say, it's $4.99. $4.99. You can't start a business for $4.99 anywhere in the world. You can't start a business for $4.99 anywhere. I just spent $400 on a baseball bat for my son. Downstairs, $400 for a bat that he may not like, that I might have to just chuck. I'll give it to you. I got another bat.
He's all right with it.
I'm serious. But you know what? I'm sure Scott went over this. Can I do this? Can I do this? You can do this. And you're going to take, like I said the other day, you're fired when you wake up. But what are you going to do to motivate yourself? And I said this to somebody, Chris McIntosh on the phone. I said, this is the greatest business because it brings out the best in you. It brings out the best you. It makes you kind of on edge a little bit, a little out of your comfort zone. And you know what? We remain in our comfort zone so much that nothing, that's why when we go to, you go to my class, you are always out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
You are always out of your comfort zone. And he's in shape.
Right now.
And he's in shape and he falls.
I know, gosh.
But you know what? Isn't that what life is about? It's a lot about achieving goals. It's about achievement. It's about doing things like this and following the leader. A great leader is first an in-depth and astute follower first. And you know what? You're going to take bumps. You're going to take beatings. But you have the guts to hang out and gut it out. I hope you do. I do. And you know what? I'm just plugging along. I'm a no mind. That's when they say in martial arts, it's just no mind. You just do it. You don't think, you just do. And when you get to that point, you just start inviting people. You just to invite people. And all of a sudden you have people. And it doesn't matter. And if you don't feel like you're right now, like you're right mentally or right in belief, there's a great way to do that. How do you change your belief systems? How do you change it? Work on yourself. Yep. You'll work on yourself. And I'm a work in progress too. Nothing special for me. And I just came up with
after class today. It's real good. Of course, like
about rededication.
Thank you.
You got to rededicate.
Every day.
Rededicate every day, every single day, every single week. Rededicate yourself. Rededicate yourself to your goals. Rededicate yourself to your fitness. Rededicate yourself to your life. But what happens is we get in our comfort zone. We don't, we're going along, and nothing's shaking our tree. Shake your tree. Shake your tree. Take a chance on yourself and do something about it. Yep. And then you'll change. And you know what? I'm talking to all of you. I'm not talking to people who are not in Youngevity. I'm talking to everybody here, and even me. And Scott and I have been doing a lot of big time conference calls, haven't we? Yes, sir. Big ones. I mean, these are game changers, and we're going to keep doing them. And I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to invite people matter of factly. And if you want to build this business, you got to think vision in the future. It's going to build, and it's going to build, and it's going to build. And like he told me, you do it until it clicks. Sure. You do it until it clicks. You do it until it clicks. Now I told the guy this morning, you're going to be here at 7, right? I hooked him 3 times. He still didn't show. So tomorrow morning I will call him and say, what happened to you? Because now he's the second time he's done this to me. So I know him real well. And I'm going to say to him, this is what I'm going to say to him. I'm going to be, this is as polite as I get. Do you respect me? Yes. Do you think I respect you? Yes. Then why did you blow me off yesterday? Now you're going to be at the next meeting if I have to drag your ass out of your house. I'll say that to him. You think I won't?
Really, really well.
I know him real well. He's a martial art instructor too.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
You know it is.
I do. Oh, I do.
So bottom line is, so anyways, long story short, so that's who I am. Well, how far would you go to do that? Would you do that? I will do that.
Oh yeah. I'm all over it.
That's what it's going to take. It's going to take you getting extreme. It's going to take you getting extraordinary. It's going to take you getting outrageous. It's going to take you getting, obsessive. And you know what? When you're ready, the people will feel you. Oh, yes. You don't have to say nothing. They'll feel it. All right? That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
And I'll get you.
Okay. Okay, guys, I think we're wrapping it up, and with that, thanks everyone.
Great to meet you. Welcome aboard.